Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another fine episode of 10 Dead Rats. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a few things to discuss, I think, before we get going tonight. I didn't write them down, so now, of course, I can't remember damn one of them.
Wow.
Because that's the way
Oh,
life
Paul.
goes these days. What?
Good job, Paul.
Surely I wrote. Funny thing, I've recently started picking up again on listening to the podcast Fear of a Black Dragon. If you haven't listened to it, it's a great show. Definitely recommend it.
It's a great show.
Yeah, they review old modules. And the funny thing is they have a two-part series on Death on the Reich, and I just got to listen to the second half of that. And my favorite part of listening to that was at the very beginning they said, content warning, all of them. That's basically, they're like, there's a lot of stuff in this module that probably deserves a content warning. So that's kind of cool.
Isn't that what we're doing right now?
It's for the second half. It's for the second half of the module. So we're not, we've only just started on the module.
I mean, sword of Damocles there, Paul, just hanging over our head for the rest
You got it. I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, it's of its era, right? It's an early, early to mid 80s era module. I will probably tweak and tune things if there's stuff in there that's really objectionable. But I mean, it's also Warhammer, right? So it's going to have stuff that maybe deserves content warning, right? Like, torture or hedonism or, the kinds of stuff that we have in our games, right? I mean, there might be sexy vampires who you have to dress in drag to go to their ball.
That's true.
Yeah,
That was pretty hedonistic.
Stuff like that comes up in Warhammer. Anyway, I just it caught me as amusing when they said content warning, all of them. I was like, wow, yeah, okay, yeah, it's Warhammer, mutation. Insanity, disease.
I was ready for some death, but I don't know if there's anything else on the Reich. I'm not really. I don't know.
There's a lot of.
We probably just signed up for death.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I will keep my eye on content in the module as we go, and do my best to put any kind of content warnings that may or may not be necessary at the beginning of the show. But otherwise, I don't know. We're all mature adults here. And we know that we're playing Warhammer, so guess what? There's going to be some weird stuff.
One of the NPCs just has box dialogue going on this horrible racist rant, I assume. It's required to be read.
Well, I mean,
it's part of the story.
As far as I'm aware, there's nothing like purely racist or homophobic or anything like that, but I will try to... Yeah. Sorry, Colleen.
Well, there's always there's always the X card, right?
There is always the X card. Absolutely. We never really discussed safety tools, did we? But I often play with X card, and so
then we just jumped right in.
We just went right in, man. Screw session 0. Just go. Yeah, no, that's terrible. No, we trust each other, but it's worth saying that absolutely X card rules are in effect. If anybody's ever, if any of the players are ever feeling that I've gone too far, by all means X card me. Do it. Cool. Okay. Didn't now I've brought the party down. Sorry, everyone.
It's called
we're
tension
still in the first
building,
part.
I think.
We're still in the first part.
We're still in the happy first part.
Yeah. When we're done with this, I'm going to recommend that you guys go back and listen to their 2-part review because it's pretty funny to listen to them talk about this. And the module gets a little weird as it goes on. So get ready for that. But also be aware, of course, I am totally not committed to completing the module as written, right? If you guys want to steer the boat left and go to Kislev, then we're going to do that. So
we get to decide what's on the Reich.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I know. It is damn good writing, though. I will say that it's damn good writing. So I hope you at least get to see the highlights from the module. Because there's some good stuff
I'm excited to get to the objectionable content. Yeah. Now I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to the objectionable content. I'm going to keep my eye out. Okay, so where are we? We're right. Sorry, I was trying to make announcements. What else is going on? All manner of stuff. There was a big announcement of a new show that we're working on Wandering DMs called The Big Bad. That was announced very recently on our Twitter and Facebook and etc. And you can find out more about that if you like at wanderingdms.com/thebigbad. We'll also be converting our Tuesday night show to be a production diary where Dan and I are going to actually discuss the process of making this show, because it's crazy. It's crazy how much work has gone into it, and we feel the need to share that with all of you out there in TV land.
It's pretty cool. We got a little bit of a surprise showing of some of the stuff that's going to go on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were very, very early victims. We did some early play tests, and I strong-armed you all into play testing for us. And you appear in some of the promotional material as a result. So
surprise!
Thank you guys so much.
It is now a lie, because we're not going to be in the regular material.
Yeah.
It's false advertising.
Peter says he missed a few episodes, but is glad to be back. Welcome back, Peter. Glad to have you back with us.
He didn't miss much.
Yeah. The big news, obviously, is Fury did leave the show. We are discussing adding another member. So until that happens, the window here on the right side will remain boarded up until we find the right person. We may have some guests in the future. We're still working on that. Still talking about that. It's ongoing. So. All right. Anybody else got anything else they want to announce before we get going? No, that sounds like a big no. All right. Well, then, let's get into some truly objectionable Warhammer. Welcome back. When last we journeyed together along the Reich, Yeffi learned of Trebbiano's unfortunate demise. The party met up with Franck, who may have proposed that Bruno possibly commit murder for him. He then happily put the group up in a safe house. And the group spent a whole week cooped up together in the safe house and managed to not kill each other, which is surprising. Bruno discovered that a proclamation had been made by the Emperor that it's no longer okay to refer to people as mutants. And, specifically labeling and ostracizing people due to physical malformities is now against the law in the Empire. And Bruno may have been a little concerned about a certain treatise he has been working on that might get him into some legal hot water. The group then decided to leave Altdorf.
Probably not.
We'll see. We'll see if that comes back to bite you. Party decided to leave Altdorf. They set Salty free on the River Reich to go and join his avian brethren. And then, as they made their way down the Reich, the party discovered a strange tower being constructed by the side of the river. And let's go ahead and I will put up again the visual of that lovely construction, because we're going to talk about it a little bit. So, here is the weird construction that's going on. The party discussed with the dwarves. There are a couple of dwarves who were working on this strange construction, attempted to flag down the boat, and request that the party help them escape. And they were very willing to pay, but they were too slow in getting to the boat. They were interceded by the dwarven foreman, who forced them back to work, and then enticed the party on shore to help him investigate what has been going on this tower. Apparently, half of his team has been injured or gone missing, and the dwarves fear that the place is cursed. And the foreman's very concerned about this and is willing to pay our fine friends here to unravel the mystery for him. And I believe when we ended, the group was attempting to hoist Bruno up via pulley.
Oh.
Just remember that one, huh? So as we look at this picture here, I just want to review a little bit. So there's an earthen mound, and on top of that earthen mound, there is a strange old dark stone structure. You can see that ends maybe a third the way up. On top of which they've built a new stone tower with lots of wood scaffolding around, and on top of that, there's a whole wooden structure with these weird like flagpoles and such. Going on there, and
stacks.
In fact, I've forgotten to hook it up. I'm gonna quickly pull up the. I have the dwarves shared with you their blueprints for the construction, so we can look at that as well. But does that general description make sense to all of my players? You guys understand what's going on here with this thing? Yeah.
So they built scaffolding, wooden scaffolding up, but they are surrounding the existing stone structure in a new stone structure?
The old stone structure is not very tall. It is maybe at most 1 story tall, and you can kind of see on a picture where on the left side it kind of peaks up a little bit and then it crumbles away. So that is the stone foundation of an old tower that is long ruined. And they've built on top of that foundation a new stone tower. Which goes another story up. And then the whole thing is surrounded by wooden scaffolding. And on top of the wooden scaffolding, there's yet another wooden structure on top. Yeah. So it's pretty bizarro.
Are both old towers dwarven?
All of the craftsmanship looks dwarven. The oldest, the bottom layer of the dwarf cake, is not gluten-free. It is. It appears to be made out of strange dark stone that does not look native to this area. The newer stonework that is on top of it, which if you recall, I described some of the dwarves are actually on the wooden scaffolding, literally laying stones and putting down mortar, and they're trying to build it up. Apparently, the new tower is supposed to reach, the roof of the new tower will reach the bottom of this wooden structure that's on top, that's currently only being held up by the scaffolding. Yeah, so the new stonework looks very, very typical of, Dwarven Guild of Engineer / Empire work of this time period. But the base looks strange.
Okay.
And so we were at the very top interviewing one of the dwarves.
Yeah, so I will say you're at the highest ring of wooden scaffolding. So you're not all the way up in the upper strange wooden structure with the almost looks like a windmill coming out of it, the strange wooden pole sticking out of it. But you're on that scaffolding.
Okay.
Just right about at the level with where the highest stonework reaches, because that's where they're laying new stone.
Right. Okay. This is a good lesson in construction.
It's pretty strange. It's unusual. It's not.
So I think we should ask the next time we see him, the foreman, about the original tower. Because I'm thinking, Indigo is thinking that at some point, something in that old tower is getting out or wants to keep this old tower hidden and is mucking with the dwarven construction.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a curse, it's definitely based on the creepy, unknown, built of an unknown substance ruin that they've just plopped their new shit on.
Well, they already said it was like a elven burial mound that they're building it on top of.
Some of the dwarves have made that claim.
That's some of the suggestions. Yeah,
I don't.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was another tower below this tower holding up the old tower. And so it's just like one of the stacking caps.
Wow. That's a lot of towers.
Right. Well, yeah, you're basically an engineer, right?
I thought you were going to say I'm basically a dwarf, and then I would have been like, yes, Bruno.
You're also basically a dwarf.
I am a dwarf. I am a dwarf. I'm a dwarf. You guessed correctly.
Here on screen now.
I am not.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh boy. No. We were just bickering. It's fine.
Here on screen now, real quick, is the blueprints for the thing being built, which I think I copied into your handout section, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. So what you can see here is, as we look at this, there's an old base, then there's a stonework tower, and then there's the higher wooden structure on top. And so what they have built, as we look up there, you can see that there's this whole thing about an iron shutter and a stone hearth and a mirror and a ladder, etc. That's sort of the base layer. They've built that stonework. And then there's more stone tower above that with like a chimney. You can see it's labeled chimney on the left side just before we get to the wooden structure. That's what they're working on now. So that second layer of the stonework, that's what they're attempting to build now.
And we were inside the part they already have built, right?
You have not gone inside anything.
We haven't gone inside. Okay.
Not at all. You have only so far only climbed around on the scaffolding.
Okay.
So I will go back to our picture. Right. Okay. Great. So of course, in the blueprints don't say anything about some weird old stone tower. That you're
and here at the
on top
bottom
of.
is where the curse is.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to install that first.
All right. So you are now. So you've just hoisted up Bruno. So you've hoisted up Bruno, and he's catching his breath on the scaffolding. And near you are two dwarves laying some stone. And you recognize at least one of them. You know him. His name is Thingrim. Good old Thingrim.
And he was one of the ones who was trying to...
He was one of the dwarves who was attempting to escape.
Okay.
But he's back here to laying stone with another dwarf whom you haven't been introduced to. So
well,
I'm going to say you're out towards the pulley. So the Indigo and Yeffy have just hoisted up Bruno, and Bruno's now up there. There was a brief moment there where Bruno went plummeting and almost died, and Thingrim managed to catch the rope. And between the three of you, you've all hauled him back up. You guys are now up on this thing, and Thingrim has walked back and is starting to lay stonework again. So he's maybe 5 feet away from you, working on stonework. The three of you are where you are. So if you want to have a private conversation, you could, or if you want to go talk to Thingrim, go for it.
Okay, well that curse is a doozy.
No, you're not a victim of a curse, Bruno.
I'm
You're
a believer.
Victim of stupidity.
You just saw what happened. I almost died.
Yeah. Because
You almost die all the time.
But not because of curses, because of situations
How do you
outside of
know?
my control. Well,
Isn't that what?
what if
Okay.
what if I'm
How do
permanently
you
cursed? That would explain a lot.
You could be permanently cursed. I mean, I don't know how you figure that out, but why do you think? How do you think that the curse affected this? Like, was it elves? Can you
could
tell?
have been. Maybe the elves cursed me. Maybe I gave an elf a bad haircut once, and
have you ever
cursed
met
them
an
every
elf?
time we're
Bruno?
around? It's hard to really say, right? They look just like regular people.
No, they don't. They look like elves.
Yeah. They're real tall. I just don't get a good look at a lot of the features, of all you tall folk. The bottom of your chins look all very similar.
Yay.
Bruno's seen a lot of nose goblins. That's what he's telling you.
Well, I guess we can't say for sure if Bruno has or has not been cursed personally by an elf.
Exactly. That's
Anyway.
important. I take my clove of garlic out, and I find a way to wrap that and like hang it around my neck.
Okay.
as a ward.
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay. All right. And try something here.
Tie a 2-bit of string and wear now a clove of garlic.
Great.
Is it just one clove, or is it like the whole bulb?
I feel like I've been eating it over time, so it's probably like half. It's like a bulb, but it's got a bunch of cloves missing from it.
Sounds right. So,
Occasionally,
not
Bruno
pulled out
reaches down,
in bite
snaps
marks. Yeah.
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 great.
Yeah, so we were gonna talk to the others, right? About the construction here. Yeah, let's go. Let's go do that. Not mention, that's what the other. Yeah, there's a lot of them about.
All right, so you carefully work your way along the scaffolding to get closer to Thingrim, so you don't have to shout. And it's a little nerve-wracking. It's good stout wood, and it seems pretty sturdy, but you gotta hold on. There's not nobody's got any kind of safety harness attached to them or anything, so it's a little nerve-wracking.
This would be a bad place to
except
get
for maybe
cursed.
Bruno. Are you still wearing the rope? Still got the rope on
Oh,
the pulley?
if I can, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
If that's a choice, absolutely. Yeah.
Sure. You still got the line attached to you. And you make your way over to Thingrim, who's sitting there laying some stone, and he's there with another dwarf, and the two of them are, one of them will lay down some mortar, and then the other one will hoist the stone on it, and they work it and fix it. Hello, lass. One of them looks up. Thingrim looks at you, Yaffe. So you've got.
Hi.
So old and Jules has got you on the payroll, does he?
Not entirely.
Oh no.
No. I'm not laying any bricks today. If that's what you mean.
Blast.
I'm.
We're at half dwarf power here. We're supposed to have 12 dwarves here. There's only 6 of us.
Well, it sounds like a lot of them keep running away or getting spooked.
Well, some of them have gotten injured, but 2 went missing last night.
Yeah, what's with that? Who went missing? Like what happened?
It was Morris and Kenrick. They were down. They thought they would. It was raining a bit, and their tent sprung a leak, and so they thought they would bear the night down in the first level of the tower that's been built because it's sheltered.
Oh, the cursed tower. That wasn't smart.
Well.
Oh yeah.
The signal tower. The tower. This thing that we're building here. Look, you can see it's got a roof. You look as you kind of look over the lip down. You can see indeed that they've built the wooden floor of the second level of the tower, and they're building stone around that. So clearly, the first floor of this tower that they've built is fully enclosed.
Yeah, it's nice work. It's nice work.
Nice, don't.
But the base is a little strange. Is that
the Elven burial mound? You mean?
That thing. How do you know it's Elven burial mound? I mean, did you hear weeping? Like what?
Well, because of the curse. Must be elf work. Dirty elves.
Yeah, that makes sense. I got cursed by elves.
Why would the elves build a tower in the Empire?
That's a good question.
When would the elves have built a tower in the Empire?
Oh, it's quite old. It looks at least 100 years old to my eye. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure.
My friend dwarf. Belagol. Belagol looks up. Aye, it's definitely at least 100 years old, and that stone is strange. It's not local. I don't know where that elves brought that stone. Perhaps they magically encanted some strange elven magic to create it.
Sounds right.
Aye.
Why would you build a tower on top of this thing?
Well, it's good and flat and sturdy. I mean, what would you have us do? Go build a new mound and lay a new foundation? Somebody had done all that work for us. It seemed obvious. They wanted a signal tower here. It was a good work surface to begin on.
At least move the bodies.
Well, we never found any bodies.
Oh.
Even though it's a burial ground.
Well, I
It
mean,
was a
we
burial
assume
ground, yeah.
it's a burial ground
Point.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay. Right.
because of the curse.
and- Right, the curse, that does, all right, yeah.
If there's a
I'm
curse, it
going
must be
back
because
and
of an
forth about
urgent
believing
elven
this
burial
here,
ground. That must be what
Yeah.
it is. What else would it be?
That checks out.
So, have you ever actually seen anything strange come from this first level of the tower?
Well, no.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Did
I mean,
did anyone try looking for Morris and Kenrick when they went missing?
well, of course. We didn't just say, well, they're gone. Too bad. I mean, we looked about. Their things are all still in their the things that they didn't take with them are still in their tent. A few of their bedrolls are down in the first floor below.
Do you think they could have just run off like you tried to do?
They could have, I suppose. It's possible. But how would they have just walked? That seems daft. I mean, any sensible dwarf would take his gold down to the dock and flag down a passing boat.
That did seem like a very good idea.
It was a grand idea.
Yeah.
Curse Andrews
Right.
and his hawk eyes.
Now, are we scabs? Are we working against the common working man here?
No.
It feels like we are. I guess if we solve the curse, it's good for everybody.
So maybe we
Is
should
there
go
any-
check out.
So go
Sorry,
ahead,
go
Indigo.
ahead. Oh, I
No,
was
you're
going to say
fine.
maybe we should check out this first level of the tower and see if anything strange we can find anything weird.
The curse
Points.
section.
Let's do it. Curse. We could find out if there's a curse. I know.
Yeah.
You don't.
I mean, I'm
Wait,
sure there's.
maybe.
I'm sure everybody wants this tower to be built. I'm sure everyone wants this tower to be built and have this work get done. So there would be no other explanation other than some kind of strange misalignment of the stars
Or Elven burial ground.
or elven burial
Or,
ground.
Maybe there was a grisly murder here, and the murder victim has unfinished business, and their ghost is floating around.
Yeah.
Could be an elf ghost.
Maybe
anyway,
those two
as
guys
a-
didn't pay their union fee.
Is that how it? Do they just disappear you? Is that? Is that what happened to you? Is that why you're here now?
What? No, I'm here now because I stole stuff.
Oh, right. That's a lot more. That's pretty in character, actually. So,
Well, I mean,
what?
I don't have any of it right now. I just got that one thing, but yeah, I moved some stuff, and you know what? They don't need to know. No one needs to know. You don't need to know, Bruno. Let's just keep going. Let's go look down at the base of the tower.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a good idea.
The curse
That's a
section.
good idea.
Maybe I'll just go for like the social route, and I'll interview some people here away from the curse, and you guys can go into the curse section.
Well, I mean, a lot of dwarves did get hurt while they were up on the scaffolding, right? One of them fell. One of them got hit in the head with a hammer. Sounds like
Yeah.
the curse is up
So
here
that's-
too.
Yeah, so like a good idea, Bruno. You stay up here and talk to those guys on the dangerous scaffolding, and we'll go down on the ground and check
Yeah.
out the base.
On
Yeah,
the nice safe
where the
ground.
rocks
Maybe I'll just go down too. Maybe it's better to just go down. Yeah, I've already done the
Just
falling
check-
curse. Hey, Thingrim, do you
Aye.
dwarves have any extra helmets? Is there a helmet or
Oh,
kind
sure.
of protective equipment
Oh,
I could borrow?
Aye. Here. You can have you have this one. He pulls out a good. It's a dwarven, helmet, right? It's like for battle. He sticks it on your head. It's way too big for you.
Great. You'll- feels much safer.
He says.
All right, let's get down.
He says, "Aye, that was Kenrick's. He doesn't need it now. I suppose.
The missing one.
Aye.
Perfect.
Indigo's gonna start climbing down the ladder.
Okay, great. You start making your way down the scaffolding.
Man, it's cursed if you do, cursed if you don't around here. It's really all right.
You start making your way down. Now I'm gonna pull up the blueprint here just for ease. Are you trying to make it down to the first level of the tower they have built, which is supposed to contain a signal fire and large mirror, or are you trying to get all the way down to the base of the hill to look at the pre-existing structure that they're building on top of?
Now, inside on the first floor is where they said the two dwarves who went missing were sleeping.
Correct.
Yes.
Do we want to check
We
that out
should-
first?
Yeah, we should look there first, see if there's anything odd, because if they went to sleep there, they might leave something there.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
we'll check out the burial mound. See if we can find
Okay.
harps.
Great. So
Yeah.
you start climbing down, and you make your way to. I'll just give you guys this. Here you go. Okay.
Oh.
So you make your way down to this first level of tower. You climb down the scaffolding, and you eventually reach where it says that there should be a large iron shutter, but it's in fact just open right now because the iron shutter is not there. Likewise, there is no large mirror. There is on the inside, though, clearly a space. The stonework for the stone hearth has been built. So they're supposed to be able to build a large signal fire here in the stone hearth. There's supposed to be a large steel mirror behind it that's supposed to reflect the light out to signal. And there is a ladder. There is a ladder up that leads up to a small trapdoor set in the wooden ceiling here, the floor that you were looking down on from above before. And you can see up on the where in this map it is marked A. There are a pair of bedrolls laid out.
Here's where it happens.
Indigo is gonna go over and investigate where the bedrolls are. I'm gonna look to see if there's anything left behind, and I wild talent to
abilities.
Okay, great. Make me an intelligence test, and since you're using your follow trail, this will be like a skilled test, so you can go ahead and add your level as well.
15.
15 total. Okay, so you picking over the two bedrolls, you find they're clearly they look like they were in use last night. Right, they're all mussed up and whatnot. You can find odds and ends scattered about. You find a clay pipe set over to the side with a little bit of mostly burnt away tobacco kind of spilling out of it. You find that there's there's two pairs of boots near the bedrolls. There seems to be, fair amount of stuff that indicates that somebody was clearly sleeping here last night. You don't find any tracks, any prints, or anything about that would maybe indicate where they went off to. But this is all brand new stonework, and it's pretty clear and clean. So you're not terribly surprised that there's just not dust to have left prints in.
Seems unlikely that they would run off without their boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everyone can have beautiful hobbit feet.
Huh?
Safe on all surfaces.
I want to pick up the boots. I want to look on the bottom. Are they muddied? Are they what is the state of the boots? Are they clean? Are they muddied? Do they look like they've been used?
They're relatively clean. There might be a little bit of caked dirt in between some of the treads, but they're more or less clean.
What was the
I
weather
don't think those are going to
last
fit
night?
you.
The weather was clear last night.
Okay. Huh. And you don't see any tracks over there, Indigo, right?
Nah, but it's pretty clean, so there's not much to leave tracks in. I want to actually, now that I notice, I want to go over to where the iron shutter should be, and I want to see if there are footprints in the dirt out there.
All right, roll me another intelligence test.
Less good. 8.
There are many
Okay.
boot tracks all over the place, and you're like, "Yep, it looks like half a dozen dwarves have been stomping around here for many days."
Can I climb the ladder going up? It goes up to a trap door.
Yeah, it goes up to a little trap door, and when you push it open, you are now looking up to a second level of the tower, which maybe has about a foot of stonework wall. And then you see Thin Grim reach over and plunk another stone down.
Quickly close. Don't drop anything on me. Nope. Yeah.
Oh, me hammer! Gotcha. Just kidding.
Curses, man. Curses. Ugh.
So is there actual stuff in the hearth?
No, so it's a stone, like, they've clearly built the stonework to have a depression here with a little bit of lip so that you could clearly pile up a whole bunch of wood to build a big old fire here. But there's nothing in it. It's empty.
Okay. And there's no, like, drainage for the ash or anything like that? It would be something that you would have to sweep out?
Yeah.
Like nothing that would go to the base of this foundation?
No, yeah, you would assume they just take shovels and brooms and shove it right out this giant open gap where the iron shutter would be. Likewise, you can see a little bit of stonework where they've set up for where the big mirror will eventually be hung, but there's no mirror yet. There is a door. I'll point out. Let's see. So over by the ladder that leads up, there is a door that leads out onto the see this image. So there's a door opposite the shutter there that leads out onto the hill. Is this any better? It basically exits out onto the lip of the foundation that they're building on top of the old stonework. And looking down, you would guess like they're probably going to have to build some stairs or something here because it doesn't go anywhere. It just kind of falls off down to the about 5 feet drop from there down to the grassy hill.
There's a lot of maps of this place for it to not be cursed. So
what's with this door?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just build some stairs right off the bat? I mean, someone could get hurt. They could just walk out here and fall.
This does look pretty.
Seems like
stay pretty far away from that. So the ground we're standing on, is the material we're standing on, is it a wooden floor that they built, or is it...
In this room, no. It is dark stone, and you feel like it's clearly the foundation of the old structure. You're standing right on top of it.
Oh, we shouldn't even be... I gotta get up on my tiptoes here. We shouldn't even be...
Well, are they... If this ground is all stone, is there any loose stones? On the floor?
You feel around and you are not finding any. There might be a little bit of gravel here and there, bits of mortar that fell as they were building the wall that then dried. But like the actual stonework of the old foundation looks really tight and really solid.
Just to know if there's any kind of like trapdoor or something that.
If you'd like to roll the intelligence test, if you want to like feel around on the floor and search carefully, see if you can find anything.
Yeah, I feel like more like Yeffy lost her keys and she's trying to find it and she would just bump into it by accident because, frankly, that has more of a chance of winning. Yeah, 4.
Yeah,
4.
Not finding anything like that.
This is solid.
It's good sturdy dwarf make here.
I'll double check not to question Yeffy's abilities, but I'll double check and search for any secrets here too.
Great.
14.
So searching around on the floor, you notice it's not one solid piece of stone. There are multiple stones that have been joined together. You're not sure what's supporting them. Something underneath must support them. And so there are seams here and there, but there's nothing that jumps out at you as a door.
Huh.
How do we get down into the tower? Into the lower tower?
What? Well, maybe there's a doorway through the mound, but I don't think it's probably all grown over at this point, right? We could search it. We could look over there, but I don't think there's a way in from here.
There must be some way in, though, because there's clearly an inside. There's something supporting this floor.
Yeah.
So we have to be able to get in somehow.
Indigo's going to leave, and I just want to walk around the mound and see if I can find a way into the lower tower area.
Excellent. So you climb down the scaffolding or just hang out the open doorway and drop. Again, it's only maybe 5 feet from the doorway to the grassy hill. So now you're standing on the mound and you walk the circumference of the tower, looking at the old dark stonework that is the base. And you find no openings of any kind.
Anything?
Nothing.
That's a cursory look. Again, I'll ask for dice rolls if you're really carefully feeling the wall as you go and carefully searching around.
I'll do another pass.
Okay.
Yeah, Indigo will do another pass and just sort of carefully run his hand along the wall. I also want to look for tracks out here to see if it looks like anything. There might be to use that to help me see if there's a secret door, right? So
Great.
if there's a secret door and someone in and out, look for those tracks.
Great. So let's see. I will take 2 tests. Why don't we just start with just a straight intelligence test, just feeling around on the wall, seeing if you can find anything unusual.
That one.
Yeah. Wall seems very solid. Now give me another test with adding your level to use your tracking skill as you look on the grounds to see if there's anything interesting there.
16.
Okay, so you find something interesting on the ground, actually, as you're circling around the outside of the...
I found something interesting on the ground here, everybody.
Is it my keys?
Yeah.
It is not these keys. What are keys?
Yeah. The keys to the boat.
Okay, so as we are looking at this picture here, you can see on the left side there is the about halfway up there's the jutting out arm with a bundle hanging from it, and on the right side you can see a little hole on where the big iron shutter would go.
Right.
Great. On the ground, right in the center, between right in the dead center of the tower, if you just did a 180 and looked, you would see the dock leading out onto the river. Right on the ground, right there, you find some bare footprints in the mud or in the dirt, in the packed dirt there.
Ooh. I found something.
What?
Man.
Footprints.
Let's quiet voices while we're in the cursed zone, please.
What?
They jump out at you, Christian, because they are bare feet. Unlike earlier when you were looking around near the opening to the main tower and you saw a lot of boot prints, these are clearly bare feet.
Yeah. Where do they go? Where do they lead?
They seem to originate from originate from the wall, like someone was walking. Someone walked back and forth from the wall down around the right side of the tower, sort of walking clockwise around the tower and down the hill.
Okay.
Sort of corkscrewing down. So it looks like somebody walked both down and up to this spot.
Both down and up.
Yeah, so you see footprints leading in both directions, like a set of bare feet. Like if you stood right here and walked corkscrew down to your right, down to the base of the hill, then did a 180 and walked right back to where you were, you would leave this kind of set of tracks. Or the other way around. Maybe somebody started at the bottom, came up here, looked at the wall, turned around, and walked back down.
What'd you find?
I found these weird footprints, and I'll explain that whole corkscrew
Yeah.
to it, which doesn't make any sense. I'll reach out and like push on the dirt in the wall in that's up against the tower. Just give it like a shove.
The stone wall of the tower?
Yeah.
Yeah, feels pretty solid.
Huh. What do you make of this?
Well, we can't see it from up here.
Oh, well, come down here then. Oh my goodness.
We're the only one who went down.
Come look at this thing I found.
All right, come on.
Okay. What? Will you hop onto the ledge first, and then just catch me as I?
Okay.
Right, because we got to drop down like 5 feet.
We just
I'm afraid of the curse. I don't want to.
Can we just walk down? There's like a little ramp slide there, and then you just kind of shimmy down to be able to make it.
Didn't we have to drop? Didn't Indigo have to drop like 5 feet from the door to the?
Yes,
pathway?
he did. He did. You could instead grab onto the scaffolding and climb the scaffolding like a ladder.
Oh,
Let's just
Christ!
climb on there. Here, I'll hold onto your hand, and we'll do it together.
All right, I think it might be harder with only one hand each, but yeah.
Well-
all right, here we go. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Bruno, roll me an agility test.
No, come on!
You asked for this.
Come on!
Come on, give me an agility test, Bruno.
My Bruno's hand is as sweaty as possible. Like holding on to it is a real task.
Oh.
Oh, for Christ's sake! Do I have a bonus? Okay, 12. 12.
Yeah. So you both make it down. Yeah, but you don't have to roll. It's fine. You know how to. You can climb the scaffolding. Bruno, you shakily make it down,
curse.
and you stumble you land on, and when you sort of make that final drop to the ground, you kind of like land on your feet and then reach your hands down and steady yourself on all fours for a second. But you're all right.
So I climbed down with one hand held in Yeffy's hand and this way too big helmet that's completely obscured my peripheral vision. So it's
Yeah.
man, this curse is a doozy. Oh man.
Uh-huh. You did it. Yay.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh
look
my gosh,
straight
get
up.
up here.
Sorry, Indigo. What was that?
I want to look straight up. Is there anything above me? Like immediately above me?
From where the tracks are?
Yeah.
No, just scaffolding.
Do I see? No, I suppose I couldn't tell if there was.
If we look at the piece of map of the first floor of the tower that has been built, you can see that you're on the bottom, the south side, right in the middle.
Okay.
And so it's just wall, just plain wall.
And the footprints look like they walk right up to the wall up the hill.
There are I guess I will point out there are arrow slits in the tower that they're building, so you can see the little slits, the openings of the slits. What was your question again, Bruno? Sorry.
The footprints go up this hill and right up to the wall.
Yep. Right up to this spot. Indigo points them out. You can see them. Yep, they walk right up here. It's like somebody came up here, walked from the base, walked up here, looked at the wall, went, turned around, walked back down.
Okay, I'm going to look right here very carefully for a secret door.
Give me an intelligence test.
Oh, 19.
Okay, so looking over carefully over the side of the wall here, you do think you can see the outline of a door. And feeling around, you find one small loose stone about where you would think that a knob should go.
Do you see it?
What?
What?
Secret door. It's a secret door.
What?
Look.
What?
Secret door.
No, it's
Right
a wall.
here. No,
It's a wall.
that's why it's a secret
That's
door. It
stone.
looks like a wall, but it's a door. That's what makes it secret.
Why would someone do that?
Well, if you were designing like some kind of death trap dungeon or something, I imagine you'd put your best stuff behind a secret door. But if you were, say
hold
a
on, stop.
cursed
Say-
elven burial ground,
Oh. You just said there's lots of cool stuff behind secret doors. That's what I heard. So we should
why
go
would you make it
inside.
secret? It could also be a curse because this is a curse.
Just open the door, Bruno. If there's a door there, open it.
Open the door, Bruno.
Okay.
Is it a push or a pull door?
Well, I think there's just this hole where the handle's supposed to go, so it's hard
All
to say.
you found so far, Bruno, is the outline of a door, and you notice that this one stone is a little bit loose, and you haven't pushed it any further than that.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna hold my lucky clove of garlic in one hand, and I'm just gonna fiddle with the loose stone and try to pull it, pull it.
Okay, you wiggle it. It's like a loose tooth. It kind of wiggles and shimmies a bit. You try pushing on it, shifting it side to side. That doesn't do anything. And then you just get your fingers on it and you pull, and it slides out, and you find yourself holding the small stone. And you can see behind it, in the cavity where it went, that there is a hemispherical indentation, like something round and fist size could be inserted in there. And you notice there are a couple of holes jutting into that spot. Small, very small, like pencil-sized holes.
It's a door for ants.
It's like a keyhole.
What's that? It is a keyhole.
If it's a
kind of-
keyhole, it's a very unusual one because it is, again, it's about fist size, and it is hemispherical indentation. And interior to those indentations, there are a couple of holes. Like, so maybe if you had something that was ball shaped with like pieces that jutted out of it, and you shoved it in there, maybe
Like the thing I carry around with me all the time?
you take that out and look at it, and you're like,
What?
Yeah.
yeah, kind of like that
What?
thing.
What the heck is that?
What?
Where did you get that?
Nothing. A lady has her secrets, Bruno, as you well know.
Are you? You cursed me. You're the elf.
I did not.
Disguise.
I am. How dare
I
you?
knew it.
How dare you? I am not
another,
an elf.
Another curse. Another
I
part
am
of the
not
curse.
an elf. How is that's like the worst insult you've ever told me.
You've got the
Yep,
key to
yep.
the cursed elven burial ground. You've had it the
First of
whole
all-
time.
Bruno, you can't call a dwarf an elf. Everybody knows that, all right? Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Maybe that
baby.
was too far. Maybe. Just so shocked to find you so tied to this cursed location.
It's been a shock to me too, but it looked like it's the same thing. I still have no idea what this thing is.
Why are you carrying around this thing? What is it?
It's I got it from home.
Oh.
The place. So there's probably some other people around here who have one too.
Oh.
Oh.
Put it in the slot.
Oh, it's
Maybe.
a
You
cursed
wanna try it?
dwarven burial ground.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is this thing? I don't know what it is. Will you want to try it out? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I'm not going to possibly come across something better than this.
I'm just okay. Yeffie takes it and she puts it in place, Paul.
Excellent. Shoot.
Elf. Can't
I
believe you,
imagine
Bruno.
Indigo and Bruno are just crowded around Yeffie, like
Yeah.
inches away from the hole. Like,
You carefully place it into position. It fits in, and you hear a slight click as you fit it into place. And something inside the device. So this object Yeffie carries, it is clearly It is metal. It is about the size of a softball. It is not solid. It is almost like clockwork, right? It's got a lot of little weird moving parts that are mysterious and of unknown purpose. When you click it in, it feels like something has engaged. And some of the pieces on the front of it shift and click and move.
You know, the two of you have had some very suspicious relations to random events that we've come across in our journeys. I don't know that it's safe hanging out with the two of you. Indigo looked just like that guy who everybody hates. Yeah. Yeffy's got the key to the cursed tomb just in her back pocket.
What? Listen, I collect things. Sometimes I find things that are useful. Sometimes I find things that are not useful, such as you. So, if you would be such a deal, just come here and try to figure out why that thing's making that noise. I don't know why it's making that noise. Okay?
It doesn't make a continuous noise. It just...
Oh, okay. It's a click, click, click.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, can you turn it?
Yeah, it burns, doesn't it, Bruno? It burns, just like being called an elf, being called useless, doesn't it? It does. Deal with it.
You know...
Okay. Indigo, you're smart. Lady, can you take a look? Just do a twist like this. I'm gonna twist it.
Yeah, just like twist.
Clockwise
Just
or
twist it?
counterclockwise?
Clockwise.
Clockwise.
You grab a
and then
hold of it.
counterclockwise.
You turn it and it does turn. It turns, and you feel there's definitely a little bit of resistance. Something's happening. As you turn it like 90 degrees clockwise, you feel more that it's like the faceplate that you're gripping is turning, not the whole device. And you feel like pieces of it are moving, engaging, and it clicks into place after about a 90-degree turn, and the entire doorway-shaped piece of stone slides down into the ground. And you can see a small, dark hallway in front of you.
Oh, no.
With three wooden doors set in it. One to the left, one to the right, and one directly across from you.
Whoa.
And it
Is the object gone then, Paul?
No, it's still there. It's still there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, sorry, the
Right.
divot was just to the right of where the door piece was. So the door slid down, but that thing is still there.
Okay.
Well,
Do we tell anyone about this before we die? Or do we just go?
So, I mean, we should probably tell someone, but yeah, we should probably tell someone.
But then they'll know I had that thing. You know? We'll see. I found it. I found it. Okay. Good cover.
Yeah,
Found it on the ground. Yeah, okay. Got it.
maybe we should just poke around a little bit before we tell anybody.
Maybe a little bit.
A little bit.
They're working.
Yeah, a little bit. That's fine. Yeah. It could be nothing. It could just be a
Great. It could be nothing.
Great.
This secret door involving a high-tech key that Yeffy's been carrying around could be nothing.
Yeah.
No.
Great. Indigo lights his lantern.
Okay, that's a good... Yeah.
And then hands it to Bruno.
I have my own lantern.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I need a sword hand free.
Hang on, bear
Right,
with me
do
just
weapon fighting now. Well, that's okay.
Here.
All right, I can carry the lantern. That's fine.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Do you have you have a shield too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you better carry your sword and shield and go in front. It's not, yeah.
Okay. Could be greenskins.
Ugh.
Okay, so you light your lantern. Who's in the lead? Indigo?
Indigo will go first.
Indigo's- and you're holding a lantern?
I'm
yeah,
holding
I'll hold it. Bruno's
Bruno's
holding it.
holding
Bruno's
a
holding a
lantern.
lantern. What do you have in your hands, Indigo?
I've got my shield, and then my other hand is free, but very close to my sword.
Okay, excellent. And you creep into the dark corridor. You can
Yeah.
see similar
man.
stark black stone walls and stone floor and even stone ceiling above you. You can see a couple larger pieces of stone above your head and a seam. You can see
So
wooden,
cursed.
good stout wooden doors to the left, to the right, and straight ahead. Where do you go? What do you do?
Do I see any footprints on the ground?
Give me an intelligence test with tracking skill.
Ooh. Well, the natural 18, so that's
Ooh.
a 23.
As you look around the hall here, you can see it is quite dusty. Cobwebs cling to the corners of the walls. There are some bare footprints. You realize now that the set of footprints that you saw outside do indeed lead in here. Clearly, whatever left them moved through that door as well.
Oh. So the dwarves came in here on their own volition,
Yes.
apparently.
That's interesting. Yeah, and it appears the bare footprints appear to go straight across the hall to the north.
Okay. I'll point out the footprints to Bruno and Yeffy. Should we follow them?
So weird.
Yeah. We should figure out where
Yeah.
they went. Maybe they were
Either that or
bewitched by something.
the curse.
Great. Indigo
one
will
of them
walk
door-
across the room and open the door across.
Excellent. It almost works. Hang on.
Indigo claws his hand inches
Yeah.
from the door handle for dramatic effect.
Interesting. Okay. What I need to do?
Here
move
we
this
go.
book out of the way. There we go. I just need
Yeah.
a little more working space here.
I'm wondering how they got in here, and then they removed their little weird hemispherical
Yeah, right.
round object with
Okay.
points.
Oh.
You
No?
oh that didn't
Oh.
quite work. That's not quite right. Right.
It's like,
So
did
you can
they
see
have
the
an
circular
object
path.
with-
Okay,
oh.
so you do crack open the door, Indigo. You pull the door. Actually, pulls open. The wooden door pulls towards you on a ring. It pulls open. It's clearly not used a lot. It's a little stiff on the hinges, but it doesn't squeal or anything. The door swings open, and you can see beyond a passageway leading left and right. And I know that doesn't quite match what's on the screen, so I'm trying to fix that real quick.
Okay.
What do I need to do? This, maybe? Ah, darn it.
So did these dwarves must have known about this secret section?
Right?
They either did, unless some elven ghost enchanted them
There we go. That's the line that was missing.
betwixt their minds.
Okay.
Would have been enchanted.
And then... Okay, this... I debated for a while here how the hell to do this for you guys tonight. But that line should not be there. Can I do that? Yeah, okay, great. There you go. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see this circular passage, this passage that leads left and right around, and if you care to, you could walk fully around it. And it looks like there are 3 other doors besides the door that you came into that lead back out into other chambers. Now, the interior wall that seems to be in the central core of the of the building here. That wall is not stone. That wall appears to be solid metal.
Oh,
What?
how?
Yeah.
Can dwarves do this?
Yes, we can do anything. Ah,
Oh, right.
I mean,
Well,
the engineers of the dwarves do quite interesting things. They made that thing I found, and they can make some pretty weird stuff.
True.
It's somewhat lucrative to move, unless they catch you.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
catch you and your family members. You know, then it's pretty lonely. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty weird stuff. Maybe this whole tower is some kind of dial.
Yeffy, were you exiled?
What? They loved me there. They thought I was great.
Did they say that before you stole their magic key
Bruno, I
bauble?
don't want to talk about. I don't need to tell you anything.
No, that's fair. You're right. You're right. You're right.
I want to exit.
That's what I... No.
What? Excuse me?
Nothing.
Great.
This is what I
Indigo's
thought.
gonna. I think Indigo is like totally oblivious to whatever this is. He's just very intent on like. There's a mysterious passageway here, and he's very interested in it.
You'd think we'd all be pretty interested.
He's going to start walking around this circular corridor. I guess to just the door in the northern side.
Okay. When you
Indigo.
are you walking to the left or the right?
To the right, I guess.
Okay. So you walk to the right, and you can see, and it's visible here on this map, as you walk around to the right about 90 degrees before you reach the opposite side, there is a stout, on the inner wall, which appears to be made out of solid metal, there is, at about waist high, a stout metal bar, like a single rung of a ladder, affixed to the wall. It's about 2 feet. About 2 feet long, fixed at both ends horizontally to the wall. Again, like it's like the single rung of a ladder. That's what it strikes you as, but about waist height.
Weird.
That is weird. How high is it relative to me or Yeffy?
Well, it's about nose height to you, and I don't know whether that may be big collarbone height to Yeffy. I'm guessing.
Okay, so it's not like a door or whatever, a dwarf-sized door.
No. Well, again, it's not. It's jutting out of the wall, right? It's.
I see. Okay.
Right, like
Is it faced this way, Paul, or is it faced this way?
horizontal. It's horizontal. So
Okay,
again, like it strikes you like if you were going to set rungs on the wall to be a ladder, this could be one rung. It's like a towel hanging bar, right? Like
This must
is
be
a
where they dried their
bathroom.
towels. Yeah.
yeah.
Is it straight enough to stand on?
Do you grab onto it and give it a?
Sure.
It feels pretty solid.
Cool. In the center of this room is all metal, right? The center wall.
That inner wall is all as you feel it. It appears to be solid metal, and then this bar is attached to that solid metal.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up on the bar.
Okay, you climb up onto the bar. You got your toes on the bar. It's a little awkward. You're like kind of like belly against the wall, and kind of there's nothing else to hold on to. But you climb.
Indigo, hold me up. Hold me up.
You kind of. It's awkward, but you're up there.
There we go. I'm gonna look for anything at my now, I guess, eye level or slightly above, where like dwarven eye level would be.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, your head is nearly touching the ceiling here. There's not. You're like,
Okay.
It's you're looking around on the wall. Give me an intelligence test.
17.
Yeah, definitely nothing. No holes, no markings. Looks like just solid, smooth metal.
Okay, hop down.
Okay. Let's
Do you still see the
push on.
footprints?
Forgot about those. I looked down.
Guess we stomp around in the dust. Yeah.
Give me an intelligence test, Indigo.
Great. Natural one.
Yep. No, you don't. You've lost sight of
Yeah.
wherever that trail went.
Awesome.
As you look down, you see multiple footprints all in the dust, and you realize it's all of yours, and
Yeah.
your group has possibly obscured whatever path was there, if it was here.
Darn. Well, let's push forward, I guess,
Yeah.
to that northern door.
Okay. You continue to circle around. You come to the
Oh,
northern
let's see.
side of the passage, and there's a door here. Yes. Yep.
Has Yeffy ever seen anything like this from her time with the engineers?
No.
No, great.
No. It seems. It looks to you like something a dwarf could make, but it seems in the same realm as that thing that you are carrying around, as sort of like, probably only a couple of dwarves at the guild got to, do this kind of stuff.
Tinker with it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And are all these doors also wooden?
These doors are wooden. Yeah, this northern door at
Okay.
least is wooden. Yeah, and the door there to the door that you passed to the southeast was wood.
Okay. I guess let's keep going.
Yeah. This is very strange.
It's strange.
I'm gonna put my ear to that metal wall. Is it hollow? Like dong dong dong, or is it?
You rap
Solid.
on it, and it does ring. It feels like it is quite thick, but it does have a kind of a hollow sound to it. Clong clong clong.
It's a time capsule. Yeah.
In fact, Yeffy, you're here. Let's see, you guys have circled around to the north side. As you're looking here, you notice here on the wall, in fact, just right where you knocked on the wall, as you look at it, you notice that there is, in fact, an arched shape, like an open archway, right in front of you where you were just knocking. And you realize what's going on is that the metal, it appears like there's maybe an inch thick of metal that has been carved out here, or that if the wall was an inch thick of metal and someone had cut a doorway and then put another piece of metal on it to block it up, or something. Does that make sense? So like there's a divot, like an indentation that is archway shaped right in front of you, that goes about an inch into the metal.
Oh, strange. Like someone just welded over a doorway with more metal.
From the inside, they would have had to have done it, right? Because you're looking at an indentation.
Is there a similar anything like where we put the little bauble thing outside similar around here?
You do not see anything like that here.
I just push against that. I just give it a shove. The section that looks like a door.
You push hard against it, and it seems very solid and metal.
All right.
This is either some kind of really intricate bell, or some kind of cage or room that maybe we shouldn't open.
Man, I hope it's a bell.
It's a good thing we
Alright.
can open it.
Yeah.
I guess, but we'll figure it out. What?
Yeah.
Sorry. Should we keep looking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indigo will open
Yeah.
that northern door.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Indigo turns to the north and says, "Well, there's a wooden door here, and let me just open it."
Let's ignore the giant metal weird puzzle we have in front of us.
Probably nothing.
Indigo, you push open the door, and it opens up to a large semicircular room. You can see that there are the room is lined with shelves, and from floor to ceiling, and the shelves are filled with books.
Oh.
Whoa.
Huh.
Oh.
What do you do,
Huh?
Indigo?
Interesting. I'm gonna grab one of the books.
Okay, so as you head into the room towards those shelves to go grab one of the books, some movement to your side catches your eye, and you turn to the left, and you can see a dwarf moving towards you, but he's walking with kind of a weird, stuttered gait, like he's injured his leg, and he's kind of dragging it.
Oh, Kenrick?
You say,
Horace?
as you say his names, you look at it, you see it's not wearing a helmet. And are you carrying the light? No, Bruno's carrying the light. So just a little bit of light that spills into the room from the hall behind you, as from Bruno, it spills onto its face as it gets closer to you. You can see its face is gaunt. It looks its flesh is mottled. Its scalp is starting to sag, and it looks at you with a kind of crooked, dead-eyed look, and it opens its mouth and it just goes, and it reaches its hands towards you in a dead mockery of life. Roll me initiative, Indigo.
Oh no!
He's brutally hungover.
1.
Okay. It shambles towards you. You get ready to grab your sword, and you hear a scraping sound to your other side. You turn around, and you see there's a second one lurching at you from the other side of the room. The two of them stumble towards you and just grope and grab at you with their bare hands. What is your armor class, please?
4.
4. Okay. They scrape and they claw at your heavy armor, your chainmail armor, and it clatters, and you kind of pull back in horror as they reach towards you.
Wow.
What do you do?
I'm going to.
Good sound effect, yeah.
Am I like standing in the doorway? Like, where am I standing?
You're in the
right now?
room, so you're basically right at the little circle that says E, because you walked in.
Okay.
You said, "Ooh, books," right? Because you can see
Right.
the wooden shelves there across from you. So you walked into to grab at some of the books. They came at you from either side, from flanking.
Great. I want to step back into the door, and try to attack one of them with my sword.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Great. Monsters! Oh my gosh, another one!
Oh,
You're
man.
filled with horror at the sight of these moving corpses. You jump backwards and wave your sword in a very unprofessional manner. Yeffy, what do you do?
What the heck is
Oh. That noise?
That's great.
Yeah.
The noise is my ice maker.
Spooky. Jesus Christ. How do you
Someone
live in that
pouring
house?
ice Cubes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Yeffy. Yeffy's going to. She's still in the room with the big metal thing, right? She hasn't gone into the library.
Correct. You have not gone into the room yet. You're still in the hallway, just outside. Indigo has just stepped back to sort of stand in the doorway. He's trying to fend off these two dwarven corpses that are moving towards him and groping at him. And
Then, Yeffy will put her back to the wall outside the door to seal it, so that when whatever comes through the doorway, she can shiv. Because clearly Indigo is in trouble. So she'll get her daggers ready to do that.
okay, so you got your dagger out and you're kind of standing to the side, ready to leap out from a hidden position. Excellent, Bruno. What do you
What
do?
could go wrong?
Oh, it's the curse. I'm going to take a couple steps back and throw my surgery dagger, in between Indigo's arms to hit the dwarf zombie there.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
Oh my goodness. 22.
Yeah, you are you aiming to the left or to the right of Indigo?
The side that Yeffy's not standing on. Let's go with the left. Yeah.
Okay, great. You fling your dagger. It flies right over Indigo's shoulder, sinks into the creature's neck. Roll me damage.
Yes.
Oh.
For a solid one point of damage.
Sinks into the creature's neck. It seems undeterred. It continues to stumble forward, reaching at Indigo. Both both zombies reaching out to grab onto Indigo. Indigo, your AC is, remind me again? 4. Oh, both just continue to grab onto your chainmail. And now you see a third form behind them, a third zombie stumbling towards you, groaning. This one, though, is fully man-sized. Not a dwarf.
Yeah.
What do you do, Indigo?
Giant dwarf. I'll keep stepping back so to make some more room in the doorway so so my compatriots can start stabbing, and then I want to hit this dwarf with my sword.
Yeah, so you're basically you're standing in the doorway, right? So you're preventing them from getting out into the hallway. If you step back into the hallway, then they can potentially push forward and come out into the hall as well. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah,
okay,
that's fine.
Okay, so you retreat back into the hallway. Your back is now against the metal wall, trying to draw them back. And you make an attack as you go?
Yes.
Go for it. Are you attacking the one with the knife in its neck or the other one?
The one with the knife in his neck.
Very good.
Much better roll. 17.
Nice.
Yeah, that is definitely a hit. Roll me some damage.
Great. For 3 points of damage.
Okay.
You cut deeply into the arm that's reaching out towards you, a gash that would have definitely stopped any living man in his tracks, but it seems the creature seems to barely notice it.
Oh man.
Yeffy, what do you do?
Shiv
Okay.
with a dagger, wildly, like, oh gosh, what is it?
As the creature comes stumbling out, I'm going to say you position yourself into a good hidden spot. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you can have the backstab on this. So
Nice.
you get an extra +4 to hit him.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so that's a 17.
Yep. So he comes stumbling out. You jump onto it there, jump out from behind it, and jam your dagger into its back.
I rolled such poop damage. I rolled a 3 damage.
3 damage. You jam your dagger into its kidney, sure that would be a killing blow to any living creature, but the thing just kind of looks back over its shoulder at you. Bruno, what are you doing?
It's not natural.
We can't even kill one of these things. All right, I pull out my barbarin dagger and throw that one at him.
Okay.
You have more than 2 daggers, right, Bruno?
No, I sure don't. I should really pick up some more, but the bit that he has one for surgery and one for barbering is funny. I don't know what he used the other one for. Anyway, I got a 20 the hard way.
That hits. Roll me some damage.
Aha! For twice as much as last time, 2 points of damage.
Okay, this dagger goes flying forward and goes over Indigo's shoulder and jams straight into the creature's eye socket. And then thunk, and you can just see the hilt of the dagger sticking out of its skull as it turns its head back to where Bruno is. It looks with its one eye at you, Bruno. It steps forward, wavers a bit, and then falls to the ground.
Take that, curse.
Meanwhile, the other dwarven zombie comes stumbling out to grope at Indigo. Again, just uselessly clawing at your heavy armor. The man-sized zombie now also emerges out into the hallway, and it reaches for Yeffy. Yeffy, what is your armor class?
Oh no.
Now it's a 6.
It's a 6. So it grabs you with a claw and it sinks its bony finger into your shoulder for 2 points of damage.
Oh no! Ah! It's getting me where my hickey is.
Indigo.
Your what?
My hickey.
There's no time for that.
The ghost.
Oh, the guy. That's right. You're,
Indigo, what are you doing?
I'm going to attack the man-sized zombie.
Excellent.
Try to help Yeffy here. A natural 20.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent.
For 5 points of damage.
Excellent. Excellent. You cut it, slash it across the chest with your sword, cutting through decaying flesh and bone. The smell is actually brutally bad, but it continues to press forward, trying undeterred. Yeffy, what do you do?
I'm going to try to slash at this thing to try to break free of its gnarly grasp.
Go ahead, make an attack roll.
I nat 20'd.
Jeez.
wow.
Criminy. All right, give me some damage.
Oh my god. That's not a sneak attack. That was just
Yeah, correct.
Just crit
correct.
damage,
It's
right?
very aware of you. It's got its fingers in your skin.
cool. 4.
4 points of damage. You cut it to the bone, and it moans, and still leans ever closer towards you. Bruno, what are you doing?
Ow!
Can I run up and pull my dagger out of the corpse of the dwarf zombie?
Sure, I will say yes, you can, but you will then definitely be within reach of the other zombies.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so maybe this is too much. Can I run up, put the lantern down, and pull both of them out to use my multi-attack, or is that...
I will let you run up, set down the lantern, and pull both knives out, but you won't yet get the armor class bonus for having dual wield until your next round, until you can get into position.
Can I make a regular attack, or is it just my full turn to run up and grab both?
If you want to both set down the lantern gracefully and remove both daggers, I'm going to call that your full action.
Okay, I do that. I run up and I grab the daggers.
Nice.
Yeffy, watch out!
Pull out the daggers.
Ah!
It's a giant dwarf zombie.
The dwarf zombie. Actually, no, it's the human-sized zombie, right? That got Yeffy? I think it was. Yeah.
Yes.
Continues to try and claw at Yeffy. It's got one hand firmly clasped into your shoulder and its finger digging into your collarbone. It tries to reach the other hand around your back, but its claws scrape against your clothing and it doesn't pierce into you at all. The other dwarf zombie comes after Indigo, certain that it will surely get a good roll. Finally, there it goes. It grabs onto your arm, pulls it forward, and bites at your wrist, right where the armor kind of ends, and it sinks its teeth into your wrist for 3 points of damage. Indigo.
Cool.
What do you do?
Oh,
It's
my
your
turn.
turn. Yeah, it's your turn. Indigo.
I'm going to try to finish off the larger zombie that has its grip in Yeffy.
And you rip your hand free from the mouth of the dwarven zombie. Swing your sword at the human-sized zombie.
I rolled another natural 20.
Oh my god.
Do we do crits in this game?
I can't remember if we've
No,
done them
right?
before in the past. I don't think we have.
So,
Okay, so it's another
yeah.
5 points of damage.
Excellent. So you rip your wrist free from the dwarven zombie's mouth. Your blood sort of leaving a spray across its face as you then spin around, slam your sword into the skull of the human-sized zombie. It cuts deep. Old decaying brain matter explodes out of its head. The whole head just crushes like a melon, and the thing drops dead to the ground.
Oh,
ew.
Yeah. We just say content warning at the beginning of this, right?
Content
Yeah,
warning
okay.
brain.
I think it's no longer holding on to me, obviously.
Correct. Yeah. It
good
slumps
stuff,
down
great.
to the ground, releasing you.
Okay, but there is another dwarf one.
There's another dwarf zombie. Yeah,
Yeah.
that previously just had Indigo's wrist in its mouth and looks disappointed.
I will try to slink up and you get to the back of that one and try to shiv it and get it away from Indigo.
Roll me a stealth check there to see if you can slink around it unseen. See how
I usually don't
single-minded.
have stealth. I don't actually have stealth. I just have contortionism, which
Right.
is
So
the
so
weird.
just give me a straight agility check.
Okay. With contortionist or just
No, just straight.
okay, cool. That's a 6. I didn't roll well.
Yeah. So you try to slink around behind it, but you can see its head turning to track you as you come within striking distance of it. You can still attack it, but it clearly sees you.
Okay. I rolled a 9.
And you jut your dagger, jam your dagger at it, and it actually reaches out a hand and it slaps your wrist away, blocking the blow. Bruno,
How dare you!
Bruno, what do you do?
I know, it's a rude dwarf. I don't know you, sir.
All right, I gotta go give it the double stab here. Why? Just get an extra. Okay, all right. So here's my first attack. 5.
That is a miss.
All right. Here comes the second one. Surgery dagger's no good, but quick haircut here. Oh my god, 9. Well, I forgot I'm terrible at this. Uh-oh.
Okay. It seems intent on having tasted Indigo's flesh, at having a more Indigo for dinner. It reaches out
Taste
towards
the fella.
Indigo, ignoring Yeffy and Bruno.
As we stab around it.
It again grabs your arm, Indigo, and lifts it to its mouth, and it clamps down on your metal chainmail sleeve.
oh.
Indigo, what do you do?
Get it.
I am going to attack it back. I did not roll a natural 20. I rolled a 12.
That is not a hit. Yeffy.
Jumping on its back.
Excellent.
Get off of him!
Excellent.
I'm 20'd again.
Yeah, you leap onto its back. I will. You can have the sneak attack damage even because it seems so intent on Indigo. It's not paying attention to you.
Nice.
You leap onto its back, jam your dagger into its spine,
6 points of damage.
and it
Nice.
just crumples under you. Between the weight of the leap and the dagger cutting into its back, it just drops to the ground with you jamming your dagger into its back.
I don't know you.
That was scary.
This is an awful curse. You
I
want me to
have
take
to
a
them.
you want to take a gander at your wrist there? I noticed that you have some bite wounds.
We can do that later.
Okay.
Now's not the time. There could be more of those things. Right?
Yeah, there's 2 missing dwarves and 2
Who's this
dwarves
guy?
standing on top of each other. Who is this guy?
I'm gonna.
I want to give the.
through. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
There you go.
All right. I'll go first. All right, fine. No, thank you. I'm gonna do like an examination of these bodies to see if they have been infected with anything or why they were acting so spooky.
Sure.
Kind of visible curse marks on them.
Roll me.
I will look through the dwarf stuff to see if there's anything that might mark them as the dwarves that are missing.
Okay, excellent. Bruno, give me a surgery check, Bruno.
23.
Okay. Okay, great. So you notice that the two dwarven corpses look much fresher than the human corpse. The human corpse is fairly dried out. You notice it's very, very dusty. Not looks like barely more than skin and bones. Where the dwarf corpses look much more recent, much more. They're still bleeding from the cuts and whatnot. But you don't find any cause. Any root cause about why they would get up and move around. That seems unnatural. Yeffy, you're looking over the dwarf bodies, and you do see that they do have each one of them has a patch on his clothing that is clearly the Dwarven Guild of Engineering emblem.
Oh, okay. I'll take that as evidence of that this might be one of the
Rip one
dwarf
of the
ones.
patches off.
Yeah. Don't accept me to college, okay?
They're both. Oh, they're also all barefoot. And you notice only one of the two dwarves has a helmet on.
I pop this helmet off and I just shove it onto the helmetless dwarf.
Sure.
There you go, buddy. Okay.
Why?
There you go. You can just have that back now. I don't want him getting up again and trying to get it.
Indigo's going to go through. I want to look over the human corpse. What kind of clothes is it wearing? Does it have any identifiable features, like is it wearing a uniform, anything like that?
It's not in a uniform. Again, it is also barefoot. The clothes are a little more than rags. And it looks very old, right? It looks, again, like there's very little flesh on the bone. It's mostly just completely dried up skin and bone. So it's actually pretty hard to...
Thing is so weird.
It'd be hard even to identify, you think, if it was someone you knew.
Right.
Based on how decayed and old it looks.
Well, this is spooky.
This is super spooky, huh?
Yeah. All right. Let's.
So how?
So here's what I think
go
we should
in?
do. I think we should keep checking out this place. If we encounter any more monsters, we can deal with them if we did these. I just don't want to leave this door open. If the door to this place open, if there are more monsters in here that could attack the mining company outside. This is also what we're being paid for, I guess.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Finally, we're not doing this deadly work for free.
Well, I think he wanted us to find the curse, but he also wanted us to remove it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
might have gotten it.
Uh-huh.
There are. I will. If you peek back into the library room, I guess I'll just point out that there are two doors on the southern walls. I think maybe one of them is a little obscured, so I'm gonna tidy that up. I think.
Okay. Let's check out these books, maybe? Bruno?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. Oh man, these books had better not be cursed.
Don't worry, if there are,
okay.
I'll kill you just like I killed these three.
That's incredibly comforting. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. All right. I pick up the lantern and walk tentatively into the library.
Okay.
keep my eye left and right for any more corpses attacking.
Looking around, you don't see any corpses. Just rows of shelves with from floor to ceiling, filled with books.
All right. I just grab one of the books.
Okay.
Can I read it?
It is in let's see, what languages do you know? What languages do you know, Bruno?
No. Reichspiel and Kazalid.
It is not in a language you recognize.
Oh, weird. It's not Dwarven.
What does it say?
Yeah. It's not,
Are
Okay,
they all
I
like
pick
that?
another book at random, yeah. Let's check out a couple, see if they're all in the same.
Okay. This one, the script looks different. You would expect it's in it's still not a language you recognize, but even the characters of the writing look different from the one you were just looking at.
Weird. I'm gonna. I guess I'll take some time to go through and see if I can find one that I can read.
Okay. You start skimming through the books, and you find that many of them are in strange languages, though there are a fair number that are in Reichspiel. Maybe not quite half the books appear to be in Reichspiel.
Okay.
And just a quick skim through several books, you find various academic topics. But the thing that jumps out at you the most is that several of the books appear to be about astronomy.
All right.
Yeah, hey,
a lot of books
yeah.
about astronomy. Maybe this was some kind of observation tower? For some
what?
kind of above ground dwarves. And the books, the shelves are just completely packed with books.
Yep. Old looking books, very dusty in here. Every book, as you pull it off the shelf, you gotta give it a blow to get the
Weird.
dust off, and you can make out some of the
Right,
scripts.
these could be valuable.
Could
Indeed.
be.
Well,
I
guess
do we want?
push on.
Okay. Do you want me to take a quick scalpel to your terrible bite wounds?
Yeah. All right. Let's patch me up, Doc.
All right. Here we go. I'm afraid we're gonna have to amputate this hand.
Don't.
Don't.
Can I try to bandage up
Yes.
Indigo?
You can. Are you using? Do you have a poultice to use, or are you just making do with whatever you got?
I'm just making do, I think.
Okay, great. Give me a surgery check.
21.
Okay, great. Yeah. You in fact 21. You'll restore 2d6 plus 2 wounds to him.
Wow. 2d6 plus what?
2.
That is 12 points. So
Wow, I'm back at full.
nice.
You healed some of my older wounds, Bruno. Good job. I feel great.
That's just the magic touch. That's the official doctor kind of treatment you get. Yeah. And they
All right.
said I need
Wow.
a practicum.
Well, let's clear out
Okay,
the
let's
rest
go.
of this place.
Yeah.
And I'll go to the southeastern door. Push it open.
Southeastern, very good. Okay.
Is there anything else in this library as we walk over to? Oh, do you mean the southeastern door in the circular? You're not walking through the library?
In the library.
Okay.
Right. So you follow the curve of the library kind of curves around to the southeast, and there's a southern wall there on the eastern side. You're
Is there
opening up
anything
that
else
door.
in the library as we walk through it here, or just shelves of books?
Just shelves of books, it seems.
Okay.
All right.
Weird.
No organizational system either.
Well, there might be. We can't read most of the books, so yeah, the card catalog has disintegrated over the years.
It's always the first to go.
Okay. Bear with me just a second here.
Indigo, you gotta stop. You can just open the door. You gotta stop with this. It's
Look, I just need to be sure, right? I need to make sure I'm totally prepared for anything that's on. I'm running through all the scenarios.
It's
Okay, you pull open this door. It leads into another room, again arched and circular, as is the interior of all of this space. Swings around, clearly connecting back to the two other doors, one into the hallway in which you originally entered, and one back into the strange central hallway with the metal wall. Nope, I've gone too far. Okay. The room contains a large desk, a plain-looking chest, a large piece of slate hung on one wall. There are portraits hung on the wall.
Patches doesn't like this room.
Patches does not like this. Patches does not like this room. Patches has come to me. He says he's very thirsty. I need to help Patches for a minute. So you can look at all the books that I can't read, and all the portraits. Okay, Patches, calm down.
Oh wow.
What do you do?
A desk, a piece of slate,
Like a large
chest.
a large square chunk of slate hung on the wall, clearly with there's some bits of chalk so it can be drawn upon, hung on one wall. There are many portraits hanging on the walls. There is a large chest. There's you notice that's immediately what jumps out to you as you look around.
I'll check out the portraits.
Excellent. You start looking at the portraits, Indigo, and you notice there are various men and women. They definitely have a noble look to them. They look dated. They're clearly old. You start to notice that there's a resemblance amongst all the portraits of the figures. They all have kind of the same aquiline nose. They all have the same high hairline. They all have. Many of them have very thick, full eyebrows. So you would guess that there's some kind of family line here amongst them. One though catches your attention in particular as you're looking around them. It's actually a smaller one set to the side. It's not the largest, not the most ornate by any means, but it depicts a woman seated with a man standing a little bit behind and to her right side, sort of with his hand on the back of the chair that she's sitting in. And the woman looks similar to all the ones I've just described. Has the similar features: the aquiline nose, the large bushy eyebrows. The man, though, you realize with a start that you recognize him. The man is clearly Count Orlok.
Oh, son of... I definitely thought it was going to be Indigo again, but...
What?
What?
What is he doing here?
Your friggin' boyfriend.
I touched my hickey.
No.
Oh gosh.
The picture is clearly quite old. It is dusty, and you recognize that the style of clothing is outdated that the people are wearing. Although nice, although very fine. But Orlok looks exactly the same as when you last saw him.
I'm gonna take this picture. I'm gonna scoop it up and shove it into my backpack.
You lift the picture up off the wall.
Freaking
Weird.
ridiculous. Yeah. How
It's
big,
not-
how big
what's
is it?
that-
Actually?
It's not the largest picture by any means.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's maybe it's maybe like I don't know, maybe 18 inches by 12 inches.
What is
Okay.
What is this place? And then who's that lady in the chair? I mean, what's she doing there? Exactly.
I think
Who's
it's the
she?
past. I think it's the past you. I think it's
What?
former Yeffy.
My eyebrows are not that big. Yeah, I agree,
Not yet.
Patches. I agree. It's
Yeah.
outlandish. Yeah, I know, Patches. I can't tell you what. I mean, it's just how rude. This little secret
This is so
man
weird.
Man.
cave here.
Yes.
Books.
Well, he doesn't seem like he's visited in a long time.
You hear a loud
Yeah.
clatter from the corner of the room. As you look over, you can see Patches has knocked over a large, what appears to be like a large piece of wood, about like maybe a staff or a rod of some kind, fairly tall, that was leaning up against the wall there, and Patches has knocked it over. He's now like picked it up in his mouth and is kind of dragging it, but it's clearly way too big of a
Patches.
stick for him.
Oh man.
Patches.
Oh,
What are you
I'll
doing?
grab the stick. I'll grab the
Okay.
stick from Patches.
As you reach down to grab the stick, you can see it is actually a very ornately carved walking stick or staff.
Oh.
It's about 5 foot tall.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Wow.
Look, Bruno, I'm taller than you. You'd never
Thanks.
be able to use
Ne-
this.
What?
What if this
okay,
was like-
yeah.
What if this was like the original Orlok estate? What if this was his real house?
Maybe.
I don't know.
And that giant tube is like some kind of ghost chamber where he could have books about stars and stuff. That doesn't make any sense, Jeffy. Why'd you think that? Patches, that's a
Maybe
dumb
he was
idea.
into it.
Patches is clearly very anxious for Indigo to throw the stick.
Yeah.
Oh,
You may as well give it a little toss. Let him catch it once. Yeah, it's not
This is really. I don't want to throw this stick.
We'll break it in half. I'll take half, and then Patches can have the other half. Then it'll be the right size.
I'll pull out one of my wooden stakes and throw that for Patches instead.
Patches contentedly runs off to
Right.
go fetch it.
Right.
So that's
I'm gonna check out the chest.
Excellent.
Oh man, I hope Orlok kept some of his vampire gold.
I'm running out of initial haul of vampire gold, I think.
Right, we all our finances come from plundering this one dude and his many lifetimes of of valuables.
Okay, so the chest has a latch, but no lock on it. Looks like it could be just flipped open.
Fine. I check to see if it's trapped. I give it a little once over.
Roll me an intelligence check.
D&D instincts here.
What do you think? This is a dungeon, Bruno?
11.
You don't see anything unusual about the chest. It's fairly large.
Fine. I flip open the latch,
Okay.
open the lid.
You pull open the lid and are disappointed to discover many long rolls of paper. Like scrolls, but much larger. Like large pieces of paper that have been rolled up into tubes and placed in there.
tubes.
Weird.
Are they blank?
Yeah,
pull one out?
pull one out and unroll it.
You pull it out and unfurl it, and you can see it is a map. It's a map. It appears to
Oh.
depict a part of the Empire, but it has many lines drawn over it.
Oh.
In a strange
What?
pattern.
Weird.
Well-
How many scrolls are in there?
Easily a dozen.
All right, we should deal with this after we're done with the rest of this place.
Yeah.
So how did those dwarves get like that? I mean,
Yeah, that's not great.
you know, they
Why
just
weren't they
wandered
wearing
out here.
shoes?
Well, they wandered out here without their shoes. Did they have any weird marks like hickeys on them, Bruno? Anything
don't
strange
think
like that?
Did the corpses have hickeys on them?
You don't recall them having hickeys when you were looking at them. You gave them a pretty sturdy one once over. I mean,
Okay.
one of them had his whole head bashed in, so there's certainly a lot of
Right,
blood on its neck. And the two dwarven zombies definitely had blood to spill.
I mean, I just hope that.
Bruno, here's what the map
No,
looks
or-
like that you pulled out.
Oh. Oh man, I mean, I don't know what this is, but it looks suspicious as heck. What?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hear that if one of his kids got into his papers.
I'm going to go ahead and drop that in your handouts folder too, so you can take a closer look if you would like. That is
So-
H6 defaced map.
Nice. The like labeled sections of the map, do they look like the borders and names are what they are now?
Yeah, looking over them, you can see on there, you see Talbot land, you see Sturland, you see Reichland. Yeah, that looks accurate. But somebody's clearly drawn many lines in this sort of weird crisscrossing pattern, and then also drawn a circle around the one point where they seem to intersect.
Oh man. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like that we seem to currently be in the circle.
Are we?
Oh, hey, look,
No.
that's
Yeah.
weird.
We're off to the left.
I think that little dot on the lower left corner of the circle is about where we are.
I think you're right. All right. Well, we can't do anything about this now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll it back
investigate
up and
that.
put it back in the chest.
Okay, you put it back.
Yeah, once
wanna
we're done here, let's take
investigate
this whole
that
chest out with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, go ahead, Yeffy.
No, I was
Oh,
agreeing
right.
that we should take some of this with us.
Okay. Indigo's going to push on through this room and through the door that leads into the first room that we were in, and through that last door on the left.
Excellent.
Just to make sure this room isn't full of zombie creating ghosts or something.
Are you still carrying the staff, Indigo?
That's a good question. Probably. Indigo probably forgot he was holding on to it.
Great.
Huh.
Okay.
So did Christian, maybe.
So you cross through the entry hallway or the circular passage, either way, and you open up the other door into the last room.
Not a good name.
And you can see that in the that the room is littered with alchemical apparatus, benches piled with beakers, odd-shaped jars, lumps of ore, various strange things. You can see weird calculations have been drawn on chalk on pretty much any surface in the room. You can see in the center of the room stands another corpse. And as you open up the room and it turns to face you, as you stand before it, Indigo, it looks at you and then just stands utterly still and just stares at you. And that's where we're going to end for tonight. 'Cause we've run out of time.
What?
Oh,
So
This is worse than a curse.
Oh,
I thought the curse would be much less bad than this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I'm just wondering: is the standing corpse one of the other pictures in the study? Like, do
Oh.
we recognize this
Oh,
person?
man.
Is it just another corpse, or yeah? Is it the strumpet?
Yeah.
This is
Is it the? Yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
this is good.
so
I-
many unanswered questions tonight for you to mull over for the next week.
I loved that the object that Yeffy was carrying finally came out, and that we were all just
I
standing
don't-
looking at this divot.
I don't like that at
And they were
all.
like,
I don't like that at all. That's highly suspicious. I now, Max, the person, am afraid that there's some kind of conspiracy going on behind my back. Like there's a Discord channel I'm not part of. I'm gonna have to really pay attention to that as the game seeps into my real life.
Jeez.
Don't worry, Max. You're much taller than you are in real life than you are in the game.
Well,
True.
that's helpful in a number of situations, not in the conspiracy. Oh man.
yeah, we're gonna have to rename that chat. I'm sorry, what?
Oh my god.
It's all right. Max never remembers to log on to Discord anyway, so
That
we
is
can,
also
we can
true.
talk whatever
Actually,
the
it
hell.
wouldn't take-
We can talk about whatever we want over there.
That's very true. It's not secret. Yeah, it's got that secret name General. It's really
All right. Will the group find any answers to the many, many mysteries before them? Find out next week. Thank you all for joining us, and we hope to see you again next week. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.